Hello, everyone. In this video, I'm going to share the story of Adam and Eve, how God created them, how they sinned against Him, and how they were removed from the Garden of Eden. Listen carefully and try to understand because this story holds valuable lessons for life. So, let's begin. Before there were people, before there were cities, animals, or even light, there was God. He had no beginning, no end. He is the creator of all things, powerful, wise, and full of love. He didn't need anything, but out of love, he wanted to create life, a world filled with beauty, peace, and people he could have a relationship with. The creation of the world. So God spoke, and the universe was born. He said, "Let there be light," and light broke into the darkness. He separated day from night, sky from sea, land from ocean. He created trees that bear fruit, flowers in every color, mountains and rivers, stars and galaxies, all with just a word. He made animals, birds that sing, lions that roar, fish that swim deep in the sea. And at every step, he looked at what he made and said, "It is good." But something was still missing. The creation of man, Adam. Then God did something different. He didn't just speak. He got close. Personal. He knelt down into the dust of the earth and gently formed a man, with eyes, hands, a beating heart. Then God leaned in and breathed his own breath into the man's nostrils. And just like that, the man opened his eyes. His name was Adam, the first human, the first man. He looked around at the beautiful world, and then he looked into the face of his creator. And God loved him like a father loves his child. The Garden of Eden. God placed Adam in a special place called Eden, a garden more beautiful than any place on earth. Trees of every kind grew there with fruit sweeter than anything we've ever tasted. A river flowed through it and animals walked freely in peace. Adam had everything: beauty, peace, purpose, and most of all, he had a relationship with God. They walked together, talked together, like best friends. God gave Adam a job. Take care of the garden. Name the animals. Steward the earth. But still, something was missing. The creation of woman, Eve. God said, "It is not good for man to be alone." So he caused Adam to fall into a deep sleep. And while Adam slept, God took one of his ribs, not from his head to rule over him, not from his feet to be beneath him, but from his side, close to his heart, to make someone equal, a partner. And from that rib, God created Eve, the first woman. When Adam saw her, he was filled with joy. He said, "This is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh." She was like him, yet unique. Together they reflected the image of God. Together they were complete. And God blessed them, saying, "Be fruitful, multiply, fill the earth, rule over it with care." Life in the garden. Adam and Eve lived in peace. No pain, no death, no shame. They had everything they needed. They were naked, but they felt no shame. Because there was no sin, no fear, no evil. And God gave them only one rule. You may eat from any tree in the garden, but do not eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. For if you eat from it, you will surely die. This was a test of trust, a way for them to choose love freely. The tragic choice. One day, a serpent appeared, clever and full of lies. He spoke to Eve. "Did God really say you can't eat from that tree?" Eve replied, "We can eat from all the trees except that one. If we eat or touch it, we will die." The serpent smiled. "You won't die. God just doesn't want you to be like him. He's keeping something from you." Eve looked at the fruit. It was beautiful, tempting. She took a bite, then gave it to Adam, and he ate too. the fall of man. In that moment, everything changed. They felt something they had never felt before: guilt, shame, fear. They realized they were naked and tried to cover themselves with leaves. When they heard God walking in the garden, they hid. God called out, "Adam, where are you?" Adam replied, "I was afraid, so I hid." God asked, "Did you eat from the tree I told you not to?" Adam blamed Eve. Eve blamed the serpent, but both had disobeyed. Both had sinned. The consequences and the promise. God is holy and just, and sin cannot live in his presence. So he told them the consequences. Life would now be filled with pain and struggle. The earth would no longer give freely. One day they would return to the dust from which they came. But even in his judgment, God showed mercy. He made them clothes from animal skin, like a sign of sacrifice and a covering of grace. And he gave a promise. One day someone would come, a savior, and who would crush the serpent's head and break the curse of sin forever. Driven out, but not forgotten. Then, God did something painful. He sent Adam and Eve out of Eden, not out of hate, but to protect them. If they had eaten from the tree of life while in sin, they would be trapped forever, separated from God. So God placed angels at the garden's entrance with a flaming sword to guard the way. But he never stopped loving them. He watched over them. And through their family, the world would one day meet Jesus, the one who would restore all things. Did you enjoy the story? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss an upcoming video.